And Talia is currently testing a camera robot, and we're here with Jaymis, who's all thanks to this. So, what is a camera robot exactly?
So as a filmmaker, something you have to deal with a lot is tracking objects as they move through space, and especially focusing. So to make your film look really great, you want a lens that's got really nice soft focus, and then you have to concentrate really hard to make sure that the person is in focus. So on a film set, the focus puller is often the person that everyone stares at the end of a shot to be like, did you get it? And they're like, didn't really get it.
Yeah.
So I started designing a robot that would do the focus part, and then decided to kind of keep going and make the robot that will also do the moving and panning and following around as well.
Awesome.
So I've done shoots with a couple of these where we shot 24 music videos in 2 days. So 24 bands, each band had 40 minutes to come on, set up everything, do a couple of takes, and we had 3 of these robots. We had trackers on each band member, and so we can control which camera is looking at which member of the band as they move around and perform. Yeah,
Having a lot of fun over there.
it's pretty fun. It's one of those magical things that is quite simple, but when you start playing with it, it's pretty enjoyable. And the camera's got a little bit of a personality too, which is really nice. So we had it as part of a dramatic performance that we took to Austria, where the camera is actually a character in a play, and it's like an artificially intelligent robot, and this guy, the dancer, has to teach it how to be a person and how people are different from robots.
That's really cool. So, what else do you do apart from make robot cameras?
Things related to robot cameras.
Things
I'm a
related to
filmmaker and a director, so I've done a lot of music videos. I did a music video in VR this year with Ballpark Music that went pretty well. It was one of the first ones made with Tiltbrush, which is VR painting software. But yeah, mostly in the past I do a lot of video production. The last year or so I've been working on developing new technology, so I've saved up enough money to not have to take jobs for a while so I can do this kind of thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Any questions?
Can I have my own robot?
Can we get one? So, what do you think of virtual reality, and can you tie in the robot cameras with virtual reality?
Yeah. So this is actually using virtual reality technology. So the headset is on the floor.
Oh, now we're getting here.
So this is actually using everything that is normal virtual reality, but the headset is not being used because the camera is the point of view. So rather than the point of view being the headset, the point of view is the camera. But the technology we're
so
using...
you can like see yourself with it. Could you see through?
You can see yourself on the camera. Yeah, so this could show a representation of those things, but because this is specifically set up for filming at the moment, the tracker is a HTC Vive product. So this is the same as one of the controllers there. This is the tracker, the Vive tracker. So this is the controller, and you can see it's got these little dimples all over it. Mm-hmm. Tracker's the same, it's got little dimples, so it's basically the controller with the handle cut off and just the tracking hardware. So the camera also has one of those on top, and that's what allows us to know the camera's position and rotation in space, and that's what allows all this stuff to happen. So this is all VR tech. It's all using exactly the same systems as Tiltbrush, but instead of feeding that data to a screen and showing a virtual world, it's feeding the data to the camera and telling the camera to show us the real world.
Do you think this is the future of filmmaking?
I hope so. I hope this is part of it. I think, filmmaking is one of those things that at the high end, it takes a lot of humans. It's really time consuming. You work on a film set where I was working with robotics, so I'm running the robot, but there's another 20 or 30 people running all of the different parts of the film set, all having to work together. So that's why people look at a film and say, how did that cost $100 million? You're employing, in that kind of case, tens or hundreds of people for a year or two. That's really, really expensive, and apart from all the gear involved. So to be able to do this kind of thing where you can have 3 cameras that are all running at once autonomously means that you can get a much higher quality product with a lot less outlet in human, which is a big part of what we want to do with robotics and automation. It's being able to get better things without having to pay so many squishy humans to get the work done.
That's awesome. Okay, well, you can check out his full interview that he did on the panel on our Facebook page. And thank you so much for telling us all about your robot camera.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
See ya!